What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got the 2022 standard range, or we'll just call it the Model 3 now. Prior to this, I had the 2018 long range, put about 50,000 miles on it, and then just recently I traded that in and we bought the performance 2021 Model 3. And not but 3 weeks later, I've got the standard range 2022. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is I had a few questions before I was able to take delivery. The couple questions I had is, what is this new LFP battery charge up to? How is the new 5.8 second 0 to 60? Because if you know, the 2021 standard range plus had the 5.3 second 0 to 60. And I tell you what, that was something concerning. And as soon as I went, my delivery was about to get taken place, it popped up a little notification that made sure that you knew that you're going to be getting the LFP with the increased 0 to 60. But this is just beautiful. So let's hop inside. I want to test a couple things. I want to test a regenerative braking. I want to check out, I charged it up to full so we can check out the mileage as well. Now let's take a look. We got 276 miles on the clock. Pull up the battery here. It's crazy because the first time I charged it, just took delivery, I charged it up to full. It went from 272 up to 276, and it still had a few minutes left to charge. Must be calibrating. But let's go ahead and take it on a quick drive just so I can tell you how it feels. I did notice the regenerative braking was a little bit more intense as well. So it's still got good pickup. Elon wasn't wrong when he said it's still fun to drive, because that 0 to 60, you're really it's only gonna matter in a few situations, really. And I remember, I've had the 2018 long range. Ooh, that regenerative braking is strong. Do like it. Now the 2018 Model 3, I think the 0 to 60 was 5 seconds, and then the Performance Model 3 that I recently just sold, that was super fast at 3.1 seconds. Now, I love the Performance Model 3 that I took delivery of, but it had this really high-pitched whining motor noise, and I could not, I don't know. We've got a couple Model Y dual motors in the family as well, and none of them make that front motor whine. For some reason, that Model 3 Performance had this really loud pulsating when you're cruising like 40 miles an hour. But let's check out the 0 to 60 here. So it's still pretty quick. I'm not going to do a 0 to 60 in my neighborhood, but it is quick. I will tell you that. The regen feels good, and it smells like a brand new car. Now, one thing is, when you get the standard range, you will not get any floor mats. I've already put in the all-weather floor mats. Also put the sun visors, because, man, I got a bald head and it just burns my head. For 3 years, I drove the 2018 Model 3, and I never once had these sunshades. And then on my second Model 3, this is my third one now, I got those sunshades, and just love them. Pretty sweet. Now, this car is fun to drive. From the 2018 to the 2022 with the LFP, I really can't tell much of a difference on the acceleration. It is a little bit slower, but it's still good. And I'm happy to say that these motors on this are super quiet. I was pretty disappointed getting my Performance Model 3 and having a motor whine. Service wasn't able to help me out, and I'm pretty impatient, so I just traded it in, sold it. So there she is, the 2022 Model 3, no longer called the standard range. It's just the Model 3 standard, actually. So if you look on the app now, it just says Model 3 standard. She is a beauty. I swear, these new Model 3s, the black color, and I will take any color as long as it's black. And that's, every car I've owned has been black recently, every Tesla, that's for sure. And this black just looks great. They really did an awesome job buffing it out. Super clean. Now, I will tell you one thing. On my 2018 that I had tons of rock chips. There's no way to avoid it unless you get some PPF, but I don't mind. You know, PPF to me, I'm gonna not put the PPF, because the way I trade in cars, it's probably gonna be just a waste of money. Wow. I am in love. I was a little worried that I wouldn't like the standard range, but It is a beauty. Love the new wheels, so clean. All right, guys, so that's my quick review of the 2022 Model 3 Standard LFP, over 272 miles range, 5.80 to 60. Next thing I'm gonna do is do the full self-driving monthly subscription, but I'm gonna wait about a month because whenever you buy a new car, especially a Tesla, you're not gonna get that first over-the-air update until about 3 or 4 or 5 weeks usually. That's what I've noticed. But once I get that next update, I am gonna go ahead and do the full self-driving subscription and try to get on the beta. And we will see you on the next one.